guys, so today I'm here to do a book review of Everless by Sarah Holland. I'm finally filming this. I just like literally had no time to film book reviews. So there's going to be like an abundance of book reviews for like the next week because I've just been building up because I finished quite a lot of books in the past couple of weeks as well. So there's going to be quite a few book reviews. But anyway, this one is for Everless, which was a really interesting book. I really enjoyed this one. Definitely recommend you all read it. It's crazy and amazing, and I can't even, like, this was probably like my favorite book I've read so far this year. I just enjoyed it so much, and this review was going to have spoilers, so if you haven't read the book, don't really watch much more of the video, because like I'll still get to the spoilers a bit later on in the video, but still just be wary that there is going to be spoilers and that I warned you, so don't yell at me if you get spoiled and because you kept watching when you haven't read the book. It's your own fault. But anyway, let's get into it. So, as I said before, I really loved the concept of this book, and the world building was done really well, so I really understood what was actually going on, which I loved. Oh my god, I like look really red. It's so hot today and I'm dying, but I got my flowy shirt so I can be like, blah. I'm a bitch. But to carry on, I also really liked the writing and the pacing of the story. It was just, it all fit, it all worked, and I was just in love with it. So basically the concept of this book is currency is time, and time is taken from the blood. So you drain blood from your body and it gets turned into coins. And it can be year coins, day coins, hour coin, week coins, month coins. It's all different types of coins. And the more time that's taken from your blood, the quicker you're going to die. So the time that's taken from you is literally how long you have to live. So most people have about 100 years or so of time to give up. The more they give, the closer they are to dying. So that is the whole entire world. And obviously all the rich people are going to have a lot of time and they're going to live until they're like 500 because they take it from everyone else. So all the poor people always struggle and it's always hard. And you know, it's got that upper class and lower class in this book, which was interesting. And like the whole concept of this book reminded me so much of the movie In Time with Amanda Seyfried and Justin Timberlake. It's just not as modern, but it's like the same sort of concept, but your blood's drained, you don't have a clock on your hand, but still, it's like, if you've watched that movie, this book will make a lot more sense to you. Jules, our main character, is living with her father in a small town, and they are always trying to find time so they can pay their rent because they are very, very poor. Now that Jules is 17, she's able to actually have her time extracted from her blood, but her father doesn't want her to, and he keeps draining his own time, and it's all very sad and horrible. And because they really don't have the money, Jules decides that she's going to go work at the girling palace, which is called Everless, so that she can make money, because they basically earn a year every day working there or something, or they earn months or something, but they earn a really good wage. And the reason that there's work happening is because the youngest prince, Prince Roan, is getting married and workers are needed, so Jules goes there even though her father doesn't want her to, but she goes to the palace so that she can finally live the life that she wants. The thing too is Jules and her father actually used to live at the palace, but then the two princes had a fight and one of them got pushed into a fire and they had to run away in case they got killed for witnessing this or saving or interfering. So people are all very strict and royal in this world, so they just got the heck out of there. So her father doesn't want to go back and she gets really worried that everyone's going to recognize her, so she has to hide herself, work, and there's just so many issues happening just at the start of this book. So yeah, so Jules was an alright character. Like, I really hated how much she longed for Roan. Like, they knew each other as children and they were best friends, so you know, he's the nice prince, he's the happy one, he's the cool one, and I was like, oh my god, stop girl, he is getting married, it does not matter. Like, literally, he's with someone else. Like, you don't go there. Jules has a really caring personality and she has a pretty good relationship with her father. Like, I do like the bond there, and it was really sad when he actually died pretty early on in the book, and she sort of didn't have anything to live for because she was working for her father and then he died, so she only has to live for herself now. So it's pretty sad watching that, but then, like, you know, the story unfolds and the intrigue, so she's like, ooh, I'm gonna stay at the palace and find out more. And just saying too, with this book I had so many predictions. Like, I literally wrote them all down before I even finished the book, and only one of them was right, and I was so devo. There was one that I really wanted to be real, but then the story wouldn't have worked if this was true, but still, I just will tell you my theories because I really enjoyed them. But the main one I had was that Jules was the Great Queen's daughter, which was not right. She is just a daughter of some chick on an island or something that died heaps ago, but still, so much leading me to this because we don't know who Jules's mum is, and her dad just had a drawing of the mum, but it could have been anyone. Like, honestly, it could have been anyone. And before Jules's father died, he was telling her to stay away from the queen and, you know, to be, like, beware of all the palace and all that, so it could have been a, like, if she sees you, she's gonna see her daughter kind of thing. thing. And also for the fact that Jules' father wasn't her birth father. Like, that was pretty shocking, and I was like, what? And so that led again, it's like, who is her father now? Because we don't know the mother, we don't know the father, we don't know what's going on. Like, all these things made me so irritated that you find out that the queen isn't her mother. I was just like, damn it. It was all pushing towards this and it didn't happen, and I was like, god damn it. My other theory was that Rowan was evil. I did not trust him. The minute I saw him and how he's, oh, I'm the good prince and the happy and the loving prince, I was like, nah, there is nah. You are working with the queen, you are evil, you were doing something wrong. I can't even. I just couldn't. And like, in the end, he actually wasn't evil, but he still died in the end. But the thing is he was sleeping with like all the maids and that, so he was evil. Like, he was engaged to Eda Gold and he was like playing her all the time. Like, he's marrying the great queen's daughter, or the heir that she picked for herself, and he's sleeping with all the maids, and that's ultimately what he was wanting from Jules. And I was just like, he's obviously, like, he's not good. He wasn't good, but still he wasn't the evilness that I thought he would be. So I was sort of sad when he died, but then again, I didn't really care. The theory that I had right was that Liam isn't as bad as he seems, because again, when you have the prince that's really, really good and the prince that's really, really bad, most of the time it's swapped because they're just faking it, or they're trying to lie, or they, you know, whatever. But I just didn't think he was going to be as evil. He was just doing the things that needed to be done, and maybe Jules didn't remember him the way that he actually was, because anything could have happened. Like, maybe he pushed his brother into the fire because he was evil, or he did this. Find out that he was actually trying to protect Jules for a lot of the book, because he actually knew who she really was. So he was a great character. I really just, like, I love Liam. Like, he's my favorite character in this book. And like, looking at my notes here too, I did notes halfway through the book and I did notes afterwards. So I've written here that I've decided that Jules is kind of annoying. So I'm looking at my early notes, so I don't even like remember this book, do I? I just didn't like her narrative, and a lot of her decisions are kind of strange. You know, it's true. Jules really was kind of a downer in this book. Like, I did give this book 5 stars because even though there's all these things that irritated me with the book, the whole amazing concept and Liam as a character and the whole plot overcomes those bad things. So even though I had to sit through a few kind of annoying things, overall I really enjoyed the book. So even though Jules shitted me, it's alright. And Jules is still good because she does care about people so much and she doesn't give up easily. There's one thing I really hated is like with her character, the book changed its mind so much. Something would be wrong one second and then alright the next. Like, I couldn't even. Like, the one that really got me was Jules didn't want anyone to know who she was, right? And she didn't want to be recognized at Everless. But then she sees one person that she remembers from her old life. She instantly runs over to Tam, who was the person, and she's like, oh my god, don't you remember me? I'm Jules. And I'm like, girl, you're trying to hide the fact that you're Jules, and then you just tell this random dude, even though you did know him 20 years ago. And like, good thing that he was actually not able to speak, so he wouldn't be able to tell people who you are, but still, I didn't like that. And just saying, her relationship with her father did seem to like kind of change, because she'd be really like loving him, and then next minute they seemed really distant, so that I'd be loving again, and then distant, and I'm like, it's too much change. And the other thing that irritated me with Jules is that someone will tell her something really hecka important that she shouldn't tell anyone at all. No person at all should be told the thing that she's just been told, right? And then it's like after 5 seconds she tells someone, and I'm like, girl, what are you doing? Liam just said don't tell that person. Queen just said don't tell this, and then you tell some random, and I'm just like, what in you doing? What are you doing? Like, you're just ruining the plot, man, because people are dying because you're revealing the secrets. I do like this. Okay, Rome didn't end up being evil, much to my dismay. Rome. I'm calling him Rome, but his name's Roan. I don't like it. It's too hard. My main issue is he was just too perfect that he had to have something wrong with him. So, player, that's what's wrong with him. And like, again, as I'm saying, because I've got sort of like rehashing my notes here, but it's more of an understanding actually having read the book. But I do think that Liam, like, he wasn't bad, and he didn't shy away from pain and made tough decisions, but Jules didn't need to be afraid of him. That's the thing, is most of Jules's thoughts about him is fear, and she didn't need to be scared of him, which I just loved so much. Liam spent years researching ways that he could help Jules. They didn't even see each other for 10 years, so it's just amazing. Just saying, I didn't see it coming that Jules was going to be the alchemist reincarnated and Caro was going to be the sorceress not reincarnated. It's a big story. The extracting of blood happened because an alchemist a gazillion years ago invented a way to do it, and then there was a sorceress, and they keep battling each other, and then one of them took the other's heart. So Jules is the alchemist reincarnated reincarnated and she has the heart of the sorceress, which is Caro, and Caro was the queen's maid, so the queen is bloody useless, and Ada Gold, who's the queen's heir, is actually Jules's twin sister. Like, it was all happening, and I'm like, what? Like, even though it wasn't what I expected for the book, it fits so well actually having this whole reincarnated, and like, because Jules was able to stop time, and it was all these little snippets of her doing this, and she didn't realize why she could do this. And then Caro just seems shady in some parts of the book because she was like there being friends with all of them, and then it's like bam, she kills Roan, she becomes the sorceress, and all this has happened. And like, then Jules got captured, but Liam got her out of the palace before like anything could go down, which is really crazy. And then you find out that Caro needs Jules's heart to be broken for her to be able to extract it from her. So that's pretty crazy. So obviously she's gonna have the relationship with Liam, and then Liam's gonna have to break the heart. Like, there's still another book, so we're gonna have all this happening in the next book. Like, it really left on like a cliffhanger, but yet it didn't, because it revealed so much. But then there's just so many questions. Is more my issue, is not having like some big thing happen at the end, because it was a big thing, but you know, she's going and she's like, I'm gonna figure out a way to stop this, and it seems really uplifting and upbeat at the end. But it's going to be crazy, and I can't wait to see Liam again in this book, because I really like his character, and he's just a small precious baby, even though he's a little Eva baby. And just saying, a thing I really did like in this book, there was like no romance whatsoever, and it was kind of refreshing just having the story and not a romance story. She was pining over Roan, and then that was over, and now she's sort of having a bit of her feelings for Liam, but there was like no kiss, and no, she did kiss Roan. It just, for me, it wasn't really much of a romance book, because there's generally more of a romance and more of a, you know, I love you so much, my insta love baby. Like, you know, there was none of that, and I was very happy about it. But anyway, guys, I hope you'd enjoyed my book review for this book. I probably went on too long, but I just wanted to talk about my feelings. I really recommend this though, like, even though people shouldn't have watched it this far if they haven't read the book, but I recommend it. It was amazing, and it's a really cool book because it's got the deckled edges, so it feels really old. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!